All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're going to unpack a local business strategy that, I'll admit, might sound a little controversial at first. But trust me, you're going to want to stick around because it's all about solving a problem that so many entrepreneurs and creators know all too well. Seriously, think about it. It's a question that can keep you up at night, right? You see these incredibly talented people, artists, coaches, designers, you name it. They have these amazing skills, but they just can't seem to get the traction they deserve. So what's going on? And right there, that's the heart of it. It all boils down to one thing: access. I mean, you can have the most incredible service in the world, but if you're talking to people who can't actually hire you or afford your work, you're just spinning your wheels. Yeah, this challenge of access, it's a massive hurdle for so many modern businesses. You've got the talent, you've got the product, but that bridge to the right kind of customer, it feels like it's either broken or, there's a ridiculously expensive toll to cross it. Think about how most local marketing works. It's kind of like shouting into a huge, empty canyon and just hoping for an echo. You pour your time, your money, your energy into it, all on the off chance that your message might land in front of someone who not only needs what you're selling, but can actually pay for it. It's just wildly inefficient. So, what's the alternative? Well, this is where things get interesting. The playbook we're looking at today completely flips the script with a solution that's super direct, very targeted, and maybe a little provocative. And there it is. Instead of that wide, hopeful net, this strategy says, go straight to the source. Go directly to the communities that have the resources and the ability to say yes. Now, I know what you might be thinking, and it might raise an eyebrow or two, but let's really unpack the logic here. So to make this less abstract, let's look at a real-world example. Take a place called La Miranda in Northern California. It's actually 3 towns: Lafayette, Moraga, and Orinda, and it's pretty well known for being one of the wealthiest and most educated spots in the entire state. And to really put a pin in it, we're not just talking about a nice suburb. We're talking about a community that ranks in the top 15 in the entire United States. So when you target an audience like this, it's not a fluke. It is a very, very deliberate choice. But here's the crucial reframe. This has nothing to do with status or bragging rights. This is just smart, common sense marketing. It's about fishing where the fish are, plain and simple. And this is really the core of the idea we need to get our heads around. This whole strategy, it's not about being snobby or elitist. It's about being effective. I mean, just look at the contrast. The old way, access was locked down. You needed huge ad budgets or you had to know the right gatekeepers. But this new way, it's about creating a more democratic platform. It's about giving everyone direct access, connecting without those old barriers, and making sure you're actually talking to the right people from the get-go. And that really is the heart of it. This isn't about keeping people out. It's the exact opposite. It's about creating accessibility for talented entrepreneurs, giving them a direct, open channel to the very people who can become their biggest supporters. This quote just nails it. Democratizing access to wealth through local networking. It's about breaking down old walls and spreading opportunity through smart, focused human connection. So who's the person driving this whole mission? His name is Mike Hayes. He's the publisher and lead networking guide behind this, and he is literally building a system to give small businesses a real fighting chance by connecting them with the right people right in their own community. So, okay, how does this all work in the real world? Well, the system is actually pretty brilliant, and it takes a few cues from one of the smartest marketers in Hollywood. It's a 4-part system that all works together. First, you've got spotlights, which are all about telling compelling stories about local creators. Then there's an AI super campus to give them the most modern tools and education. Third, a media partnership gets those stories out there to a wide audience. And finally, you wrap it all up with the Ryan Reynolds method to make it all totally unforgettable. So what on earth is the Ryan Reynolds method? Well, think about his marketing. He doesn't just sell you a product. He tells a funny story. He makes you laugh. He uses clever partnerships to make his brands feel fun and human. This playbook applies that exact same idea to local businesses, making them relatable, entertaining, and impossible to forget. Okay, now let's zoom out for a second, because this entire strategy has some really big implications for the future, especially in a world that's becoming more and more dominated by AI. This is the question that every single one of us is going to have to answer soon. When our social feeds and inboxes are flooded with content made by bots, how in the world do you break through the noise and find a genuine human being to connect with? And that brings us to this simple, powerful truth. A bot can't hire you. It can write an email, it can generate an image, but it can't sign a contract. It can't become a lifelong customer, and it can't invest in your dream. For that, you need a person. This is what it all comes down to, really. Entrepreneurs need to find real people. People who can actually hire them, people who can buy their products, people who can introduce them to their own incredible networks, and just as importantly, people who can genuinely see and appreciate the value of what they do. Which brings us right back to the beginning. This whole targeted approach, it isn't about being selective in a snobby way. It's about being efficient. It's about being respectful of your own time and the time of the people you're trying to reach. It's simply the most practical way to build a sustainable business. So I'll just leave you with this final thought. In a world that's rushing toward automation and AI, could it be that a real, curated community of actual human beings is the ultimate unfair advantage? Maybe the most powerful tool you have isn't the newest software, but a genuine network. What do you think?